In the beginning, God said, "The multitude water creates living things. Let the birds fly in the sky above the land." He said. Thus, God created the great serpents of the sea, the creatures that swim in the water in multitudes, and all kinds of winged birds according to their kind. God saw that it was good. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the waters of the sea. And let the birds multiply on the earth." The evening and the morning ended, and the fifth day ended. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth cattle, reptiles, and wild animals according to their kind." God created the wild animals and cattle and all creeping things on the ground according to their kind. God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image and likeness. Let them rule over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, over the cattle, over all the earth, and over everything that creeps on the ground." God created man in his own image, he created them in the image of God, he created them male and female. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth, subdue it under your power, rule over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, and every living thing that creeps on the ground." Then God said, "I have given you all the seed-bearing plants and fruit trees on the face of the earth. I have given, these are for you. Let it be food. I have given all the green plants for food to all the wild animals, the birds of the air, and all the creeping things of the ground." And it was so. God looked at all that he had made. They were very good. The evening and the morning were completed and the sixth day ended. The heavens and the earth and all their systems were created. Completed. And God had finished his work on the seventh day. All the works he did. Having completed it, he rested on the seventh day. God blessed the seventh day. He gave it and sanctified it. Because God has completed all his creative works, he rested that day. These are the origin of celestial and terrestrial creation. Lord bless you. Lord. Your name exalted throughout the world. The heavens which are the work of your hands, and the moon which you have set in it. I also the stars when looking, who are the four people you remember? Are they the only ones that you consider human beings as an object? Yet thou hast made them little to thee, O God, may majesty and greatness be theirs. Thou hast made them rule over the creations of thy hands, everything at their feet you have subdued. Goats, wild of all kinds. You have subjected to them the animals, the birds of the air, the fish of the sea, and everything that swims in the deep sea. Alleluia, Alleluia. Lord, water thou hast given thy statutes, my heart will delight in your ordinances. Hallelujah. You have abandoned God's commandments. You are following human tradition. Text from the pure Gospel of Mark 7 verses 1 to 13. One day the Pharisees also left Jerusalem. Some of the scribes who had come also came to Jesus. Some of his disciples had unclean, i.e., unwashed, hands they saw eating. The Pharisees, and why all the Jews, were their forefathers. Following tradition, one does not eat without properly washing one's hands, he eats only after washing what he buys from the market. Likewise, there were many more traditions that they had to follow, like washing bowls, pans, and coppers. So the Pharisees and the scribes said to him, "Your disciple does not follow the tradition of his ancestors, but eats with unclean hands." "Are you drinking?" they asked. And he said, "Isaiah has aptly spoken of you who are hypocrites. These people, they praise me with their lips, they are far away from me. It is far away. They teach human precepts as doctrines. They are me." He wrote that worship is in vain. He said to them, "You have forsaken the commandments of God and are following the traditions of men." And he said, "You have skillfully ignored God's commands to establish your legacy. Honor your father and mother and honor your father. Did not Moses say that whoever curses his mother should be killed? But one's mother or father. Look and say, I will give you." Obliged became korban, that means, as an offering to God, then you do not allow him to do any favors to his parents. This is how you get it. For the legacy of God. You make the word useless. You do many things like this, he said to them. God bless you,